Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing an Inzektor deck profile. Now this deck actually just got a little bit of a buff because Inzektor Hornet went back to 3, which is really awesome, and I'm really anticipating that Inzektor Dragonfly is going to end up going back to 3 on the next list. That's just a prediction of mine. I don't see why it couldn't, but without further ado guys, let's get into this deck profile. It's a really interesting deck profile that I have some really awesome tech cards in here for you guys. I really quickly want to give a shout out to Yugioh Underground. They're a really awesome channel that actually Spidey over there loves Inzektors. I know he does. And he was playtesting them, and I was like, I kind of want to build a deck and give him like some suggestions on like a different build. So I built this deck in honor for him. So I kind of want to give him a shout out. And if you guys can get it to him that I made this deck profile for him so he can see it, I would really appreciate it. So I definitely will tag them in this. But let's get straight on into this. So, I'm going to be playing one copy of Inzektor Gigamantis. Gigamantis is kind of just a good one of. You could play two. I actually cut my second one out of the deck for some other stuff. But the Inzektor Gigamantis, basically what it does is you can equip, all the Inzektors are like equip spells. So like, you can target a face-up Inzektor monster you control and equip with this card from your hand. And then the equipped monster gains a regional attack becomes 2400, which is just really awesome that you can just put a 2400 body on board just with Inzektor Gigamantis being an equipped card. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can target one Inzektor monster in your grave and special summon it except another Gigamantis, which we only play one copy, so it's not that big a deal. So then I play two copies of Inzektor Hopper, which he's going to hop right into this deck. So, once per turn, you can equip one Inzektor monster from your hand or graveyard to this card, and while this card is equipped with a monster that, while this card is equipped to a monster, increase the monster's level by 4, which is not that helpful for us because we're not going to really make any level 7 XYZs in this deck, so it's kind of one of those kind of things. We're not really going to use that. And then while this card is equipped to a monster, you can send this equipped card to the graveyard, and the monster that was equipped with this card can attack your opponent directly. So basically, you send Hopper to the graveyard as an equipped spell, and then it can attack directly, which is pretty good. It can inflict a lot of damage to your opponent, which is really nice. Then we play 3 of, my opinion, the best like recruiter of them, besides Dragonfly, and that's 3 copies of Centipede. Centipede's effect is that once per turn, you can equip a Inzektor monster from your hand or graveyard to this card, and if the equipped monster is sent from your hand while equipped to this card, you can add one Inzektor card from your deck to your hand. So it's like a searcher for the deck. You can send basically a equipped spell monster that's equipped to it to the grave and then add a Inzektor from your deck to your hand, which is really nice, to be perfectly honest with you. Then we play 3 copies of Inzektor Hornet. 3 Hornet because basically it's like firing up a just popping everything on the field. Like, it's just amazing. Like, it's awesome. Once per turn, you can equip an Inzektor monster from your hand to the graveyard to this card. All of them that share that effect. And then this card's level is increased by 3, or they increase the level of the equipped monster by 3. And then also you can send this card to the graveyard, or when this card is sent to the graveyard while it's equipped to a monster, the equipped monster, you can pop a card on your opponent's side of the field, which is really good. While it's equipped to a monster, you can send this card to the grave and then it pops cards, which is a really awesome effect. Like, I love that ability that just can pop all cards. And that's really awesome. So the next one we play is a 1-of because it's still at 1. You definitely would play 3 of this if it ever comes back to 3, which I think it's going to go on the next list, and that's Dragonfly. Dragonfly is once per turn, you can equip an Inzektor to it, and then if an equipped card is sent to the graveyard while equipped with this card, you can special summon an Inzektor monster from your deck, which is just amazing. Like, Centipede searches, but this special summons, and that's why it went to 1, is because this deck was really busted back in the day, but it kind of got power crept, in my opinion. Then we play 3 copies of Inzektor Ladybug. Ladybug is interesting. I wouldn't probably play it at 3 if Dragonfly came back. I'd probably play it as like maybe a 2-of. Maybe drop a Hopper and one of these for the other 2 Dragonflies. But basically, when it's equipped to a monster, it increases the level by 2. And also, it gains attack and defense equal to the original attack and defense of this card. So it gains 500, which is nice. And then you can send this card to the graveyard to target a monster you control and increase its level by 2. So it can like increase another one by 2. But it's just kind of there just to get Hornet to get more pops is what I usually use it for. Then we play an Armageddonite to send our Inzektors to grave so we can re-equip them. And then here's my tech. Here's my tech cards. Okay, so I've got 3 tech cards right here that I kind of want you guys, or 4 that I want you guys to guess. They're not all the same. So I want you guys to comment down below. You know the game. You're going to comment down below and tell me what you think that these are in like 3 seconds. So tell me what you think. This is a 1 of, this is a 3 of, so that's my tech cards for this deck. I have 3 other ones, but I'm not going to play the mystery game with you guys. So comment down below and tell me what you think it is. This is my little engine that I play in the deck. So we're going to say it in 3, 2, 1. Little hint, it's not a Dark Warrior engine. It's actually bugs. So we're going to be playing 1 copy of Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth and 3 copies of Metamorphosized Insect Queen. So the reason we play this is because of the kind of newish Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. So Cocoon of Ultra Evolution is really easy to special summon these guys from your deck, or guys and gals from your deck, because Insect Queen. But basically it says, the Insect Queen, this is basically a 3500 vanilla. Don't worry about its effect. And then it cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned by an effect, which is going to be your Cocoon of Evolution. And then if another insect monster is on your field, your opponent cannot target insect monsters you control with card effects. So it protects all of your insect monsters, which is really cool. And also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And at the end of the damage step, if this card attacked, you can contribute a monster. And this card can attack an opponent's monster again in a row. And then once per turn during the end phase, you can special summon 1 insect monster token from just special summon insect monster token. So that's why I play this engine, is because it's just a really good engine. It can it doesn't brick that much. Like, really, it doesn't brick that much to have this in the hand, because we do play the Parasite Paranoid as well, which I play as a 3 of in this deck. And basically what it does is you can equip it as a quick effect to a face-up monster on the field, and then the equipped monster becomes an insect monster and cannot attack insect monsters. Also, its effects that activated by targeting an insect monster are negated, and then you can target a, you can only use the effect of Parasite Paranoid once per turn, and then if an equipped monster, if this equipped card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 7 or higher insect monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So if you end up getting like one of these stuck in your hand and you draw Parasite Paranoid, you can equip it to your opponent's monster, pop it with Hornet, and then after you pop it with Hornet, you get to special summon one of these and then just keep attacking, which is just really, really, really good, in my opinion. Like, it's really awesome. Like, at one point, I was even playing 2 Ultimate Moths because I was ended up summoning both Ultimate Moths. And how many decks nowadays can you actually summon Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth? Like, for real. Like, that card is just really interesting to be able to summon this card. And it actually came from one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh video games, which was the Sacred Cards. Like, just look at how pretty that is, to be able to summon that and just attack your opponent for 3,500. So, yeah, just a quick little side note. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. Yeah, I love this deck. This deck is so much fun. It really is, to be able to summon Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. So, we're going to play 1 copy of Monster Reborn and 2 copies of Insect Imitation. Insect Imitation, you get to offer a monster on your side of the field as a tribute, and then select an insect monster from your deck. And then, basically, you special summon an insect monster that's 1 level higher. So, you use, like, you use the Ladybug to special summon out, like, for instance, let me give you a quick combo. You basically normal summon, you can normal summon like Parasite Paranoid, but you're not going to usually do that. But what you normally do is like summon Ladybug, activate Insect Imitation, and then summon Dragonfly. And Dragonfly just comes out and does all sorts of wacky plays where you get to summon out like other stuff like Centipede and stuff like that, and just get multiple pops with Hornet. 1 Inzektor basically gives an Inzektor monster 1,000 additional attack, and then the equipped monster, when the equipped monster declares an attack, it has the Ancient Gear effect that your opponent cannot activate spells or traps, which is pretty cool, so you can't be mirror forced. And then I play 3 copies of Inzektor. Yes, I have all 3 in Ultimate Rare, every single one. So basically this gives an Inzektor monster an additional 800 attack points, which is pretty good. And then it also, when face-up monster on the field is sent to the graveyard, or when this face-up card is sent to the graveyard, you get to target an Inzektor monster in your grave and add it back to your hand. So you can recycle your Dragonfly, which is nice. 3 copies of Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. This card is really busted. Okay, you can treat an insect monster from either side of the field, so you can activate like Parasite Paranoid, equip it to an opponent's monster, chain this, and then tribute the opponent's monster, and you get to special summon like Ultimate Insect Queen, and you get to summon like Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, whichever one you have in your hand or deck. And if you do, you can special summon an insect monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, and then during your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave, target an insect monster in your grave, shuffle it into the deck, and then draw a card. So it just really, really busted effect. Like, I love that card in this deck. 3 Called by the Graves because you don't want to deal with hand traps, and 3 Allure of Darknesses because just about everything is dark in the deck. So that's it for the spells. Let's get into the traps. I do play a couple of traps in this deck as well, and the only 3 traps that I play in this deck is 3 copies of Called the Haunted. Call the Haunted just special summons out our Inzektors back from grave to just keep our plays rolling and rolling and rolling, and that's why I play 3 copies of it. You don't have to. You could probably play 3 Ash Blossoms if you want to play 3 Ash Blossoms instead of the Call by the Grave or Call the Haunteds, but I like the Call the Haunteds in this deck, and plus I can bring back Ultimate Insect Queen, which is pretty cool, or the Metamorphosized Insect Queen. So for the extra deck, guys, moving on into that, we're going to be playing 2 copies of the Inzektor Link Monster. Basically, this is kind of like Pot of Avarice in a way. If it's a Link Summon, you get to discard a card and then target one other monster you control. Equip one Insect Monster from your deck as an equip spell card, and it gains the following effect. It gains 500 attack. And then you can also target 3 Insect Monsters in the grave, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw a card. Then we play Boral Sword. Boral Sword is just here in case you need to special summon it. Yes, I proxy it. I do have a video on how to proxy these and show you guys how to make those. Boral Load Dragon. Boral Load Dragon is just kind of, here to take monsters. Summon Sorceress to summon what you need when you need it. Unicorn just to bounce stuff. Cerberus to pop monsters. Phoenix to pop spells and traps. 2 Ewitch because everything just about is dark except for Metamorphosized Insect Queen and a Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. Utopia Beyond because you can make rank 6s in this deck pretty easy. Photon Strike Bouncer, same reason. Exabeetle, I can make Exabeetle pretty easy. And it's good because it kind of has that Scrap Dragon effect, but it sends stuff to the graveyard instead of destroying it, which is kind of important. Leviair the Sea Dragon because we play a lot of 7s and you banish stuff in this deck. And then you can special summon them back. Like, if you Allure of Darkness, and you have 2 monsters on the field that you can summon, you Allure, banish Dragonfly, activate, or summon Leviair, detach, summon Dragonfly back, and then go for combos. And then finally, 1 copy of Breaksword because you can make it here. And it's an option. I mean, it's there to pop stuff. But that's pretty much it. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this deck profile down in the comments down below. It's a really, really fun deck, and I really hope that it gets over to Underground. I really hope that they actually get to see this deck profile. It's just something I've been kind of making for them as just a shout out to them. So, and they actually were one of the first, besides the Kali Effect, one of the big first YouTubers. There were YouTubers that really noticed my channel and was like, hey, we really want to put you in our feature box, and they're actually in my feature box. So if you guys want to see them, just go to the main page of my channel, look on the right hand side, and they'll be right there, probably at the top. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down there so you can become part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, get Spidey's attention. See you later, guys.